In part one of the Kobo Dictionary features, I had mentioned how if I have a highlight and I want to actually define a word within that highlight, that it wouldn't allow me to. And in that video, I was able to. But since I've made that, I've come across that issue too. So I'm going to try again this time just to show you what I mean. So let's say I want to define the word pleasant. And I don't know, it's working for some reason on screen, but other times it doesn't work. So let's see, I'm gonna try it one more time. Let's say I want to define rooms. See, okay, that's an example of what I mean. So I don't know if it has to do with because this highlight was here for a little longer. So yeah, that's kind of the issue that I may have. That could be something that you might find to be an issue. And here is where we get into comparing devices. Here I have my Kindle Scribe, and I'm gonna go to highlight. Let me put the bookmark. Oops. Okay. Okay, so it's very consistent for me. If I have highlight and I want to look up a word within that highlight, I can easily do that. So if I go like that, like I'm not having this conflict where I'm like, oh, is it gonna do that thing where it doesn't single out the word in the highlight. This is very consistent. And I also like that within the dictionary feature of this is you can easily look at translations. And my children's first language that I taught them was Spanish, so I like that. They can read these books in English, and if there's a word they're not familiar with, they can translate it easy to Spanish. And again, for the person that was asking about Arabic, or anyone else that's interested, these are the languages that are available. Arabic, Chinese, traditional Chinese, Danish. So it seems like they have more languages available here on the Kindle. Let's see how it looks in Arabic. So it'll look like that. The other thing is that it can actually do full like phrases. It can, like if I press look up, it will translate the whole thing. So that was the basic overview of the dictionary here on the Kindle Scribe. Here I am with the Bigme B751C. I'm in the Kindle app, and this is the same book that we were looking at on the Kindle Scribe. So yeah, this is the same highlight too. So if I do want to look at a word within this highlight, I'm going to see how this behaves. I don't read as consistently on this one. This Bigme, I mainly use it for my Bible app and stuff like that. Okay, so let's see if we want to do beginning. And that's what you'll get. So yeah, you can single out a word within a highlight. Yeah, so I'm going to be cutting the video on and off because I do have my children around. So yeah, it is nice that I can stop and attend to them right away while still working on a video. But yeah, in case this seems a little choppy, hopefully it's not too confusing. The cool thing with being on these Android-based devices is that there are speakers, and if you want to hear how a word sounds, you can hear it. So for example, like here we have translation. So if I want to know what that sounds like for example, my children, if they want to know how a word is pronounced, they can listen to it in English and Spanish.
Beginning.
I'm going to put the speaker a little louder. So have it at 10. Okay, let's try it again. See how that goes. And here to translation.
Beginning.
And then in Spanish.
Comienzo.
Yeah, my children, they get excited. Okay, and so here we have the dictionary. And here are all the possible meanings. And let's see what translations they have. I'm gonna see what happens if I tap on that, if a bigger screen comes up. Okay, well, let's see. So I know somebody asked about Arabic, so we're gonna translate from English to Arabic. Let's see how it sounds.
بداية.
So you can be the judge if that's a good translation to anyone who speaks the language. Let's try another one. Let's go with Italian.
Inizio.
So yeah, I would say Android-based devices are really good for that. And the only thing to consider is the battery life does not last as long as the Kobo or Kindle devices. So yeah, that's a general overview of how the dictionary and translation works on each of these devices.